time to be serious. When you're having fun, have fun.
Serious is serious. Yeah.
I mean, it's
Fun
like
is fun.
when somebody farts. When you stop laughing at that, that's when you lost your sense of humor.
Oh, that's
And honestly, you
Honestly, I think as a guy, when you watch another guy get kicked in the nuts and it's funny and you're not laughing at that, that's
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
obviously
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
like a direct hit from for him doing something stupid, then you just feel his pain. But if he's walking and
yeah,
some little kid just comes running up and hits him, you can't.
indeed, yeah.
I do agree. I do agree. I wonder what Joe's getting for his bourbon. It's be interesting. I've been drinking stuff straight lately. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying it at the party on Saturday. I said, yeah, the only time I really have anything to drink is if we do this, because I
There
feel
you
like
go.
if I don't, it's kind of just it's not as fun.
Yeah.
Other than that, I barely ever drink unless we're doing the draft or doing parties. I'll have a drink here and there, but other than that, yeah, I don't really care for it anymore. It's just not my thing.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, a little party every once in a while is all right. Porch is okay as well. But
I
yeah.
think the thing that's the most fun is when I do heavily do some heavily drinking. It's nice to see that it's still down some before I get really drunk.
Right. Right.
Not like I'm picking up a 6-pack, drinking 6 beers, and then I'm like, oh, drunk.
Zero homework for today.
Oh, fantastic!
Ooh.
The night is mine. I've done so much.
Ooh.
Well, I have a job.
Me too. But I do nothing at my job, so I have some extra time.
It was my job early today to go watch a movie in the theater. Yeah.
Ooh.
What movie did you go see?
The Menu.
Oh, how was it?
It was excellent. I highly recommend it. It's funny and
interesting.
it's the perfect horror comedy mix.
Nice.
A little bit of everything.
I'll have to take your mom there.
Oh.
It made me
Solid.
laugh, especially
Solid.
as somebody that works in a kitchen and understands the pretentiousness of being a
Yes.
chef can be sometimes. It was like this movie is fucking great. Me
Oh,
anyway.
sounds good.
If you get a chance to watch it whenever, check it out. It's funny.
Yeah, I try not to go to the movie theaters. Too much money.
Well, $5 Tuesdays at AMC.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you got to go when it's 20 or 30% off during the day, man.
Like $5 for a movie?
That's
Fuck up, man. I don't
exactly. That's like paying for a rental, renting a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't mind that. I ain't paying no full price bullshit.
Yeah. We used to back in the day. What we used to do on Sundays, me, Tony, and Desmond, we'd find 3 movies we'd want to go see. We'd go super early, so we'd pay the cheap price, and then we would just sneak into the other 2.
Nice. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Best I can give you.
So you get 3 movies for the price of 1.
It's whiskey, baby.
I just got his whiskey. JV, you got your stuff ready?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's
rolling too much.
Let's get rolling with League Pick'em here. Let's go over what happened last week in League.
That was just me. Don't worry.
Interesting.
I think I got that updated. League Pick'em. Last week, John, you led the week with 5 correct. Myself and Grody tied with 4. Stan with 3 and Boss with only 2.
Yeah. The system never fails.
Well, one was your own doing because you didn't. One was because you didn't want to pick yourself.
You could have had your cake.
In fact, we all got Grody right. We all got the orange peanut right. We all got Ice House right except for you. We all got science wrong. Somehow he managed to shit the bed against Eric in the losing streak. So thank you, Barry, for fucking that up. I did switch. I forget what day it was. I did switch to Black Lavender and joined John because it was after the trade. After the trade went through, I decided to switch, even though I didn't realize that Tyreek Hill was on a bye week. But I still made the switch. So with that, the overall for the group, get over here. John is now in the lead with 38, Kevin with 37, me with 35, Stan with 32, Boss with 29, and Tommy, I'm just going to leave off because unless we all stop making picks, he's not catching up.
May hack the system at some point.
Yeah.
It's still really
Like, there are
anyone's game.
There are 3 weeks left in the regular season. Even if he got all of them right, that's 18 points. That puts him at 31. We would have to get them all wrong for him to be above Boss.
Yeah.
So no, sorry, Tommy, you're out. You're officially not happening. I mean, even Boss to some extent, he's got 3 weeks where he would have to go perfect and hope that John went half and half to be able to get 9 points to tie him.
Yeah.
You're saying there's a chance. Put it out.
Good quote.
John, what are your picks?
I'm not going to pour it.
Let's look at the first
You
game
go ahead
here.
and pour it.
Grody, you've got the first one here, which is Mears Cat against the Peanut.
Yeah. Obviously, love to pick after he traded away Kelsey. Now that you have him, and right now looks like a 28-point deficit. Because now Pitts is on IR.
I just added 4 more points by putting in Mike Evans.
Oh,
Hey, refresh.
I added a point and a half by swapping out Elijah Mitchell for DK Metcalf.
oh.
Getting closer. I'm getting closer.
Then once you find your 5-point tight end, you'll have 5 more points.
It's now 121 to 102. It's only an 18-point deficit. And maybe this week Kirk Cousins will get 20 points instead of 0.4, and I'll fucking win.
God, I'm so sorry. I looked at that and I was like, wow, that's
pissed
awful.
at that.
So
by the way, the second time this season that the Bears have sent one of my players to IR.
Oh.
First week of the year, Elijah Mitchell, they fucking send him to IR.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I don't care because I was at the game and we won. But still, second fucking time the Bears have sent one of my players to IR.
Yeah, God.
At least they won the first week. It's a shame they didn't win this week.
Yeah. Damn.
I was gonna say after the games had gone and everything, and I was looking at our scores, I was like, you know what? I just need the Cowboys to hold him under 20, and I said I think I could win this. And then after that game, when I saw his score, I was like, "Thank you, Cowboys." But yeah,
I couldn't believe that shit. I didn't need some fucking miracle. I didn't need I need Kirk Cousins to get me 50 points and I would have won. No, I just needed an average fucking game. You dick. Even Saquon Barkley, by the way, him too. The two of them, 10 points more each, and I win. You selfish pricks.
Or you don't trade Kelsey to John and you win. So you got 30 something.
He did get
Listen.
Yeah. Wait. Come on.
But yeah,
it was weeks ago. That was not the most recent week. That was multiple.
I know. I know. But yeah, I'm gonna pick the orange peanut on this.
It wasn't
one.
even a primetime game. That asshole.
I think the only downside here would definitely be, I would say, probably your Chubb going up against Tampa Bay just because they've been pretty good against stopping the run.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if he doesn't get those 16 points for you, I mean, he's probably going to get at least 10. So I would hope at least 10. But yeah, I think the matchups favor for your guys across the board. You got to pick JV on this one.
All right.
It would be nice is if they told you when you put in for a waiver claim if somebody else had already done it with a higher priority, so you just wouldn't be waiting on it.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I will also pick myself. Joe, I feel bad anytime I trade someone that gets injured, shortly after the trade happens. I know that's part of the game.
Please, John, I give a shit about Kyle Pitts and his injury.
I know, but you have to make moves and all that. I know. So sorry.
John, I was going to dump this guy anyway. He's had 2 games above 10 points. He was literally only factored in because it's player for player.
Mm-hmm.
If I could have just given you Kelsey and and swapped the picks, then I would have gladly done that.
Even better.
Actually, I think there's a way, because then I think what we would do is I would propose the trade, or you would propose the trade, and it would just be you would take the player, we swap picks, and then in the process, the thing would tell you you'd be over the limit for players, and you would have just dropped Pitts. I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
Interesting.
But whatever, it's okay.
Let's see here. I can find a little
Don't
bit.
blame yourself, John. Blame the Bears.
I would. Yeah. Ice House.
Yeah, I gotta go with JV on this one. It's Kirk Cousins in prime time, man. I don't know how this game's gonna
Oh
go.
fuck, that is a Thursday night game. God damn it!
Oh,
it's over with. Forget about it.
I mean, whatever. I'm picking John anyway. I've not picked myself in like several weeks here, and I'm fine with it.
I mean, I guess if you just had any spots of winning that game, you should probably get Kirk Cousins out of there. So
yeah. So going down the line here, Ice House, you're gonna do.
What's his Thursday night record?
Ooh, I don't know what his
that might be a difference.
Not as bad as his.
Not as bad as his Monday night record.
Ice House, you get to scrape the game of 7-1 versus Scriptum after you look up that stat.
Kirk Cousins is 3-5 on Thursdays.
Oh, okay, that's not terrible.
But what was I, John? Sorry.
You're a 7-1 versus Scriptum.
Like Hurts. And then we're playing. There was questionable time of line. Yeah, I don't know about it. He's useless that way. He's useless as Claypool though, so I don't know what the fuck Eric's wrong with that shit.
See if someone else
God
can put
damn.
in.
It's looking actually worse. Well, Gordon and Daryl Henderson both got released.
Yeah.
Standing bench
Ouch.
there, Eric.
Oh, that sucks.
Buddy. Maybe Swift comes back into his lineup.
No. Jamal Williams is the clear-cut number one in Detroit.
This dude. Oh, I doubt either of these people will score 100 points this week. Maybe Eric. I guess he's getting lucky as shit. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna join you on Eric with that one here. I think Hurts will, out of this low-scoring game, I think Hurts will potentially do some damage in a depleted Green Bay defense. Kamish?
I'm going to offer up Anthony a ham sandwich for half his lineup, and I'm going to get it.
Brutal.
That's great.
Like, honest to God.
Yeah.
What do you want for half your? What do you want for half your team, Anthony? I'll give you my 13th and 12th pick, and you can, just give me half your team.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Eric. What the fuck? Why not?
Eric with that, yeah. Grody?
Yeah, I'm taking Eric.
Everyone for Eric with that one. Okay.
How great would that be if it was a ground matchup between Taylor and Harris for Eric, where it was just Monday night runathon?
Ooh, cool. That would be. I mean,
it would suck for Tony, but it would be great for Eric if the two of them just Najee Harris with a 60-yard burst for a touchdown, followed up on the next play by Jonathan Taylor with a 75-yard burst for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Got a lot of Sacco implications, I guess.
Yeah.
4 and 17 going against each other.
Sacco is out. I forgot. Has anyone picked up Professor Watson?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave picked him up.
You really?
Dave did? Okay.
Oh, God.
Dave picked him up. Dave picked him up
After you said it,
After the day after the announcement.
Oh, that's great.
that was
Yeah.
gonna point him. I was like, oh, Kyler Murray's questionable. I'm like, I'll pick him up and play him. I don't give a fuck. And then it's like, damn it, Dave beat me to it, and then they
Ooh.
didn't even play him.
That's what
Yeah,
happens
and
when you
Dave
play with
wonders why he
Vegas.
owes so much money for moves.
And you play with Vegas, you might get burned by Vegas there. All right, I got a auto draft versus Sippy Cup. In all seriousness, I think there's a
When was
place.
the last time that auto draft was scheduled to get above 100 points?
Yeah, that's
'Cause
very
I feel like
very curious.
that's throwing me off here.
Wow.
I was expecting him to be in the 90s or 80s like the last few weeks, and it's a 105 to 107 matchup. It's a little scary, John.
This, yeah, oh. All right, so I think one of auto draft's smart plays here is St. Brown, just because Thanksgiving, Detroit usually tends to try on Thanksgiving, even though they've had a problem winning Thanksgiving games. But Buffalo can be thrown on. Their defense, as the Browns have did a couple of times, can be thrown on, and I think St. Brown is the clear victor. I really like Kittle against New Orleans, who has had a hard time stopping the tight end spot. I don't like Aaron Jones against Philadelphia, but that's just because their run defense is so stingy. On Sippy Cup's side, McCaffrey on New Orleans. That's a great matchup. I like the T. Higgins match right now for there. And Daniel Jones, I got to give the guy credit. He's been having a great year for fantasy football. Had a great week last week as well. So, hmm, this is I am damn. I I'm gonna go with Zippy Cup, but there really is a lot of world where auto draft wins. I'm going with Sippy Cup because I don't like Aaron Rodgers, so that's my ending stupidity reason on that one there. Kamish?
Well, let's see. I don't know. Rodgers is heating it up. He's slowly been staying steady with points. Unfortunately, with Justin Fields getting injured, it might mean that I might end up being wrong and Rodgers might have more points than him, but we'll see. We'll see. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I feel like Bates's team has been shit in the bed all year, and why should it stop now? I'm going to pick Tommy. I feel like Tommy's going to make moves if he needs to, whereas
Yeah.
Bates has probably already given up on his team, which he should. I think mathematically he's got the hardest challenge to be able to get into the playoffs.
He's out.
Tommy's like clear move that he's got is where does he put David Montgomery in against a Jets defense which has been somewhat good against the run. His running backs are all pretty damn. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think there's an honest to goodness area where auto draft takes this game and takes a point away from Sippy. Grody, what do you think?
Yeah, I just because gotta pick some underdogs. I picked auto draft in this one.
Oh.
You don't need to pick underdogs. Shut up. This isn't real pick'em.
What does system 27.7G say or whatever system we're at?
That only matters in real pick'em. Like just that this ain't real pick'em.
Oh.
So, I mean, I'm gonna pick underdogs though. There is a world which auto draft somehow wins this. Don't think Daniel Jones is gonna do great against Dallas. So
No.
I'm
Yeah,
willing to between him and Patterson. Think he can just not get much. Oh, I'm gonna take my chances. I'll take auto.
all right.
I like him, but I can't. I gotta get some points somewhere.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I commission the bourbon, get Blavender against the Skins. What do you hit us up, Commish? What do you think?
Thanks for nothing, Stan. You couldn't pull off a third miracle in a row. You had to dash mine and Boss's hopes, and then you shit the bed. What a jerk. Well, I mean, at this point, with that ridiculous trade that makes no sense to no one, but apparently the two people involved, I mean, our Desmond has arguably put himself in position to continue winning games.
Yeah.
Apart from Robert Woods and Eddie Pinheiro and Arizona's defense, I mean, the rest of his lineup, Mahomes, Hopkins, Hill, Henry, Williams, even Higbee to some extent, although not this year, but he doesn't have another tight end. Oh, he's got Noah Font. Okay, so tight end's not a strong suit for Desmond. Is there a way that I mean, well, Stan's no. I mean, Stan's got some backups he could throw in if those guys aren't going to play. I mean, I could see Stan pulling this off. It's just a matter of what's that game going to look like for Kansas City against the Rams. Like,
Yeah.
the Rams don't put up much of a fight. Is Mahomes going to even need to put up numbers?
Oh, that's a good point. Oh.
In the Chargers game, like for instance, that he needed to play in that game. And I'm not saying 33 points is not a lot of points, but considering he's projected 31, if he gets 33, he's only up 2 points. Like,
Yeah, but
I mean, you look at a game where they only beat Tennessee 20-17, and he had 53 points. So I mean, I don't, the math on these, it's not always sound, but no, I mean, what's to say Herbert needs to throw against Arizona? Right, Arizona crapped the bed against San Francisco. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to take Desmond.
Taking one for the Desmond with that. Grody, your thought?
yeah, I'm taking Desmond. But I mean, the big thing that hurts for Stan is he's definitely going to be without Joe Mixon. He's in the concussion protocol, so he's starting Travis Etienne, and then if Gus Edwards doesn't go, he's got to start Jeff Wilson. Now, I mean, the good thing for starting Jeff Wilson is if Miami's up big against Houston, I don't think you're going to see much of Raheem Mostert. You might see more Jeff Wilson, and that might bode well for him too, because you might not see much of Tyreek Hill if they're up big and just running the ball. But yeah, I just even with Tyreek not getting his, I mean, Derrick Henry, I mean, he's just been a beast all year. And if the Detroit can get to the goal line with Williams, scoring like crazy, he's the leading rusher with touchdowns this year. So, and then I think like Joe said, even if Mahomes gets 32, and then I think for Arizona, I think they're going to be down, so they're going to be throwing it a lot. So I think D Hop's going to get his. Just there's a lot of things that got to fall Stan's way.
Yeah, I agree with that. I read somewhere this morning that um, someone saw Gus today, at least at the practice field, but not practicing. So there's some consideration with that. But you're right with
He
Mixon.
practiced all last week.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he just was a game time decision, and they said no. Nice.
Okay. Mike Williams has just been yucky these past 3 weeks since the bye. I mean, a total of 1.75 points between 3 weeks is just not what you want to see out of somebody that you would hope that your quarterback is throwing to with that. I'm going to ride the hot hand. Blavender knows what's happening with this here, so I'm going to go Blavender here. Ice House?
Don't know how he'd lose, but gonna go with Stan. Well, I'm just gonna go anti-Dez, I guess.
You're saying you don't know how Stan can lose?
I mean, I don't know how Dez could lose.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
Sorry, I didn't phrase it correctly, but yeah,
Interesting.
just gonna, one of those. It's like, you know what? I know every week there's 2 or 3 teams that should have won without a doubt, and they somehow don't. So, you know what? Whatever. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but fuck it.
All right. We're gonna skip
Movement can't
Grody
wait
on
forever,
the
right?
next.
I mean,
We're gonna skip Grody because the next one is hymns. We're gonna go Ice House. Ice House, you're talking about Science versus Grody.
alrighty. See.
Oh, Jalen.
Josh Allen, yeah.
Ugh,
Allen.
Jalen. No good.
I did practice. I was on his sleeve and his throwing arm both proportion assuming he did it. Okay, so he's good to go. Hmm. Well, Justin Jefferson. That's the Kirk Cousins problem, though. I don't know if I can trust him in prime time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That, you know, I'm gonna go with Grody in this one.
Interesting. All
Matt's
right.
been picking it up. I think committing Hopkins will probably end up a wash. Latavius Murray's been stepping it up as the guy since Melvin Gordon fumbled his way off of that team. That's fun. Dante Foreman hasn't been doing, one out of his last 3 games. He did something, and then the other two was like, dude, where the fuck were you?
Yeah. Oh, that game. Yeah, I couldn't believe he was just like on every play.
I don't know that Hubbard can do much, but I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
The team can pick it up.
So
Ice
Ice House.
Boyd, man. That fool on there. I take Boyd over Hubbard, but yeah, that's me.
Oh, you
Anyway,
would take
yeah.
you
Take
would take
Grody.
Boyd over Chuba Hubbard?
Yeah, Hubbard.
Okay. Interesting there.
That's me. So I'm taking Grody, whatever the case.
Okay. We'll just go down the
Miami's D against Houston. Come on.
Gee. Josh Allen thing scares me. It scares me. I think he'll play. You got the Stephon Diggs thing in Detroit, and Detroit just won't be able to stop either one of those two. All right, so I'm going Grody right now.
Big Barry.
What?
To gain some points on you.
No.
You have
Yeah.
to pick Barry. Kind of gave one.
So
You chose wrong, John.
I'm not going Grody on this. I honestly think
Pick.
Barry is not going to do so hot. There's some places where you could do something, but yeah, the Justin Jefferson thing is interesting there. Kamish?
I will be taking Grody.
Third for Grody there. And Grody, what do you take?
I mean, we all took me last week, so I got to ride me again.
Right. Yeah. All right. Here we go there. And then, Grody, we're coming back up to you so that we can talk about the last game here, which is Ice House versus Las Vegas.
Moss does a lot of betting, so he knows a lot about Las Vegas.
Yeah,
He knows their play. He knows their playbook. Okay.
Give us the playbook.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a very close matchup. I mean, you could pretty much go down the list, and I mean, obviously, I'd probably say the biggest enigma for Boss is probably Tony Pollard. With Zeke being back, I know they were split carries, but he still went off last week against the Vikings.
Yeah, he did. Wow.
But I mean,
you can't go wrong throwing that guy in the fucking lineup.
Yeah, but then, but you look at Dave's team, and he's got Josh Jacobs. The only thing that probably concerns me is Pierce going up against Miami, because of the fact that, if they're down big, they're not going to be running the ball. But then he's got Kenneth Walker going up against the Raiders. So, I mean, unfortunately for Dave, he doesn't have much to switch out to take Pierce out. And unfortunately, I don't think Pierce is going to get those points, not against Miami. So I think that's what really gives Boss the edge in this matchup. So I'm picking Boss.
Picking Ice House with that. All right. Ice House, what do you got?
Well, you know what?
Everybody's going to pick you, so you got to pick Dave. No, I'm
I feel
kidding.
like I
Everyone's gonna pick you.
should. I really want to pick myself for once, but
If
I'm
you-
in the playoffs
You,
officially. But
if you pick yourself, I'm picking Dave because then you're gonna lose.
yeah, I'm picking me. I don't give a fuck.
Uh-oh.
Picking Dave down.
You're
Pick a
not in
day.
the playoffs. The only person who's in the playoffs is Desmond.
Not
Yep.
official yet, but essentially the only way I don't make the playoffs is if I
Lose
literally
out
just score 60 points a week
and lose out.
and lose out, which I would of course lose out if I scored 60 points a week. So
Mm.
at this point, yeah, I'll just I don't have to bet against myself anymore. Now I know I can win, and I'll keep on winning.
I'm gonna pick Ice House. Who's throwing on the Commanders right now? Is it Wentz?
No,
Oh, Heineken.
It's
Heineken.
Heineken. I'm picking the
Taylor
2K quitter.
Heineken.
So I'm gonna pick Vegas. He's got Kenneth Walker, who I like, and my man, you playing Taysom Hill? My man over there. Yeah, buddy.
Drop your man.
I dropped him because after his one good game, he's done nothing.
Yeah, he really kind of like wasn't doing anything after that. Like, all right, I beat Barry with him. And, I don't need you anymore. Sorry, you're fun, but yeah. Commish.
Yeah, I'll take Dave.
There you go.
I'll take the Las Vegas quitters.
Las Vegas quitter. The Las Vegas non-John Grudens. Ugh.
I mean, Dave's got the benefit he can swap Herbert and Chase, so he doesn't have to dump a guy for IR.
Yeah, very cool.
He might play Watson. Can he play? Yeah, this is week 11, right?
No,
Week
I don't.
12.
I think this is week 12.
Week
He's
12. Couldn't.
Yeah,
I can't remember when he. Yeah.
yeah.
okay.
Now he can play.
he could.
No,
play
he's
him.
going to make his debut week 13 against Houston.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
he's still not playing.
Yeah, that's what it says right here.
Oh, That makes
As of
sense.
November 14th, that was the last update on it. It says Watson will make his 2022 debut against the Texans in week 13 in Houston,
Okay.
which I think
Yeah.
is okay. The Browns, you clearly are pieces of trash.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Everyone in half the fans in Cleveland have very clearly spoken out that they don't want him. They don't want him on the team. The Browns have made a stupid decision. This is a decision purely just to win a trophy and to ignore all morals and everything with it. But there's a good chunk of fans that are, you starve a fan long enough for victory, and all of a sudden there's a possibility, and they're hungry, and so they're willing to bypass those morals. It's a Twisted Metal Mr. Grimm situation. Yeah, it sucks.
I mean, the argument can be made that he's serving his punishment. Right, his
Yeah.
punishment is as laid out by the league.
That is
Yeah.
true, but is that punishment truly, is that a good punishment for all the bad that he did?
Well, I mean, you got to also think to the people that that accepted money for settlements. Like, that's an option, and they took it. So, without it going any further, you don't know how bad he was.
yeah.
You
without
only
any
have
criminal
speculation.
charges.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was saying because I'm pretty sure if there was any criminal charges, he wouldn't even be on the team right now. He'd be out on his ass.
Yep. I would.
Yeah.
I would sincerely
But
hope so.
the high amount of settlements is the only reason he's fucking on a team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like, well, you can't be charged with a crime if no one's willing to, step up, say, yeah, you did this.
Well, I mean, lawyer says to him,
grand to go away, and like people looking $100,000. It's like pretty nice.
right.
Yeah.
So depending on exactly what level of, whatever it is that he reached, I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention to a lot of the things. I know a lot of it was, just verbal. So for them, it's sort of like, all right, like even if he got a little handsy with them, like how far did it go? And then in their eyes, it was presented like, how much money do you want for this? And it was like, well, I'll take this much. They go back, say, here's what they're asking for. Is that acceptable? Yes. Okay, then done. Over with. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exactly how that played out. None of them wanted to take it to court.
Yeah.
And I mean didn't want it to go through trial, I guess would be the more appropriate way to
Yeah.
put that. So
Yeah. All right, here. I'm gonna stop.